All right, welcome Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojans Sports Network. As the Lady Trojans welcome in the Lady Warriors of Wawasee here tonight. Triton, of course, winless on the season, welcoming in a 2-3 Wawasee Warrior team. And according to John Harrell tonight, it's a 1-point differential between the two teams, with Triton favoring towards Triton. Triton had a hard time last night trying to lift the lid off the basket. Several really good looks and attempts. Unfortunately, they just couldn't drop them in. But tonight looked more from that. The girls are getting more aggressive, shooting the basketball and starting to move the basketball around a lot really well. But they fought a pretty tough Plymouth team last night, a team that has got a lot of speed and athleticism, a lot of length for these ladies. And it gave Triton everything they can handle. Tonight, Wawasee comes in, like I said, 2-3 on the season, beating Prairie Heights and Fairfield. Their 2 lone wins on the season. A team that doesn't score a lot of points, 50 points on the season is the most they've scored, 48. Those were in consecutive weeks, but facing some decent teams. They didn't get over the 40 mark against Mishawaka Mary team that beat Plymouth. They only got 18 points on the board. Triton has kind of had that upswing, 23, 33, and twice, and then 40. So Triton's on an upswing, and things are starting to kind of get figured out. You see players like Lexia Hostrawser, a young player kind of coming alive. Delanie Groves, of course, the sharpshooter, had a lot of great looks last night. He only got 2 threes to drop for her. But like I say every game, don't leave her open too long because she's going to figure out and get hot, and she'll start dropping them. Then you got Whytnie Miller, like I call the Swiss Army knife. There's a lot of things she does, and she does them, and she does them well. When she goes, she can shoot the mid-range, she can shoot from outside, she can drive the basket, and then she can also do a lot of good things on defense where she can kind of really contest the opponents and really make them pick up their dribble. Chelsea Johnson anchoring it down low there in the post. She uses that length and athleticism, one thing that's a big weapon for this Trojan offense and defense. As you see her have several blocks in the game, blocks per game, she kind of handles her own down there in the post. And then, of course, Jaela Faulkner leading the point for Triton. Does a good job handling the ball and distributing the basketball. She did that last time with an assist, but she also can drive the basketball and drive down the lane, try to get an open layup or two, or a runner. She can do a lot of different things. But you also got Alyxa Viers coming off the bench. She does a lot of good things, especially down in the low block. She really kind of owns that down in there. You look at Taren Yates, a freshman, a very solid player coming off the bench. She has the leading score in the JV game, which Triton fell in that one tonight, 18-20 or 24-18. But Taren Yates can shoot from the outside. She can do a lot of good things on defense. Very quick basketball player, very smart working around the perimeter. So this Wawasee team, they're going to give them all they can handle here tonight, as Triton's is hungry for that first win, and I got a funny feeling we're going to be in for a good one here tonight. So going against a Wawasee Warrior team, it's a little bit tougher. Of course, a 3A school, a team is going to face a lot more tougher competition in the Northern Lakes Conference, because that's a tough conference to play in. But hey, we're pretty tough too, and we're gonna face some tough opponents. But like we talked to Delanie Groves last night, playing these tough teams like this is only going to make them better going down the stretch in conference play, and as they kind of keep to work themselves forward. Last night, Whytnie Miller led Triton scores with 8 points. Delanie had 6. Alyxa Viers had 4. So they're starting to distribute at the scoring. When they played Bremen, they started to distribute. Argus, they started to distribute. You're getting points coming from all different angles for Triton. They seem to keep that confidence, be confident with the basketball, and do a real good job on the offensive side, making the most of their opportunities. They get a turnover, they need to go down and make points on the other side. Because last night, Triton had 10 steals against Plymouth. And I think Plymouth only had 7 steals, but Whytnie Miller had 5 of them. So they really can forced 12 turnovers last night. When they force those turnovers, they got to get a high percentage of those to go down the other side and try to commit points on the other end to give themselves a shot. That's kind of the only thing that's kind of really hurting them as far as the lid not getting lifted off the basket. They keep working, they keep fighting. Triton is capable of a lot of good things. So we're about a minute 38 here. He's getting started here at the Trojan Trench. Tune in also, we'll be playing, we'll be hosting Northwood on Tuesday night. Other action here tonight. Other action here on Saturday here. We got lacrosse, or Knox is hosting lacrosse. LaVille is at the Culver Academy. Winnemax hosting Manchester, and of course we're hosting Wawasee here tonight. So a lot of tough lookups, matchups for us tonight. Can't forget that Culver at Pioneer, our second conference game of the season, being played within the Hoosier North Athletic Conference. Winnemac leading the way there with 1 conference win. They're 4-0, and North Jetson 2-0 in the conference. Knox is right there on the 3rd spot with 3-1. So it's going to be some tough competition at that top end of the conference, as Winnemac has faced some pretty good teams, and they've come out on top. So as we near the minute here, we'll get our starters, and we'll be right back on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. I'm good. So keep an eye out tonight as well. We got another camera angle we're trying. recruited help for the evening. He seems to be enjoying himself now. I'm going to give him a high chair.
He did want a chair earlier, but that doesn't going to work.
Yeah, a little too low. There we got a smile out of him. There we got a smile out of him. So here we go. We'll get things kind of underway as we'll get ready to the national anthem. Will be followed by our starters.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Trojan Trench for tonight's contest between the Wawasee Lady Warriors and your Triton High School Lady Trojans. On behalf of the Triton community and the entire staff and student body of Triton Junior Senior High School, we'd like to welcome Wawasee as our guest at tonight's contest. At this time, if you please rise, and gentlemen, kindly remove your hats as we honor America with our national anthem.
All right, we're getting ready to get our starting lineups here tonight. Wawasee will be first.
The Wawasee Lady Warriors. Number 12, Hannah Lancaster. Number 22, Jada Carter. Number 23, Danielle Jenkins. Number 30, Caitlin Wardinger. And number 32, Madison Motter. Wawasee's varsity coach is Matt Carpenter, and he's assisted by Dina Coverstone and Jennifer Holzcall. And now, your Triton Lady Trojans. Starting tonight, number 4, Jaela Faulkner. Number 10, Delanie Groves. Number 14, Whytnie Miller. Number 32, Lexia Hostrawser. And number 40, Chelsea Johnson.
All right, there you have it. Starting lineups for both teams being announced there as Lancaster, Carter, Jenkins, Wardinger, and Modern all on the feet, all on the court. I watched football today. I shouldn't have done it. On the court there for the Lady Warriors, head coached by Matt Carpenter in his third season at Wawasee, 25 and 27 for him. On the floor for our Lady Trojans, we're going to have Hostrawser, Miller, Groves, Chelsea Johnson, and Jaela Faulkner. According to Delanie last night, Whytnie is going to be the one I'm going to interview tonight. She's supposed to make sure she's up here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If not, we'll send somebody after maybe. So going against Chelsea Johnson for the tip is going to be Madison Modern, the junior. Johnson having a very large height advantage over her. Wawasee also starting a freshman in Carter. So see what happens here. Here the ball's up, tips in the air, and Whytnie Miller comes down. The Tritons got it here to start it off. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball. Here we go, live at the Trojan Trench. Faulkner on over to Hostrawser on the left wing. Set things up. Whytnie Miller gets freed up top of the key. Over here to Delanie Groves. Finds Faulkner in the corner. She's going to drive, try to work it down to Whytnie Miller, and she gets a good block, or a good shot down the block, no good. Groves saves it from going on the baseline. Back on top to Miller. Sets it back to Faulkner. They're going to reset now. Back over to Hostrawser. Finds Miller on the top of the key. Trying really moving around down there in the block. Finds Faulkner. She's going to drive deep 2 for her. Side iron too strong. Rebound's going to go to Wawasee. Lancaster with the basketball is going to bring it up. I didn't look at the names long enough today. Whytnie Miller takes it away. And she's going to reset. Keeps her dribble alive. Work on the right wing. Trying to see if they can get Johnson freed up down there in the post. Groves finds Chelsea Johnson top of the key. Takes a deep 2, too short. Rebound goes to Wardinger. Drop down into Matt's Modern with the basket and
Triton foul, number 32, Hostrawser.
Modern's first free throw attempt goes up, and she gets that one. Faulkner, now they're going to put on the press here. Triton has a hard time with this. They got to really work that ball past the half-court line. Got to keep moving forward. Finds Whytnie Miller. Got it away quick. Miller stops. Delanie Groves up fake on the three-point line, and she's going to get pushed out of bounds by Jada Carter, the freshman. That'll be her first personal. Team's first.
Wawasee
Team's second.
22, Carter.
Inbound to Chelsea Johnson. Shoots it from inside the paint. Too strong. Shot by Jenkins goes in. They lead 5-0 here. Jaela Faulkner. Back to Delanie Groves on the left wing. Chelsea Johnson up top, on over to Hostrawser. She's looking closely guarded. Hostrawser working against over the top to Miller. Back to Johnson, over to Faulkner, working around the perimeter here. Whytnie Miller tries to get freed up. She's going to get a good look from the elbow. Takes an unfriendly roll. And Hostrawser comes away blocked, and a foul by Caitlin Wardinger. That'll be her first personal.
Yeah, they don't have it right.
I was going to say, do we?
Yeah, we only have one foul.
That's what I thought.
They have 2. They don't have the scoreboard right.
Hostrawser's first shot is up.
That means our scoreboard ain't right.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yep.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound goes to Whytnie Miller. She presses with a putback, no good. Rebound's going to go to Modern. Lancaster with the basketball, brings it up quickly. On over to Carter. Carter with it out in the corner. Back on top to Lancaster. On over to Jenkins. Down into Motter, trying to find Wardinger. Not there. Stolen away by Hostrawser. There's a steal. So now we get the ball back here. We got to get some points on the scoreboard. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball. Triton needs a basket here. Delanie Groves on the left wing. Finds her to Chelsea Johnson, over to Hostrawser. Drops down to Faulkner. She with the basketball in the corner. She's going to try to drive the baseline. Cross court. Whytnie Miller alone for 3. Short side iron. Rebound's going to go to Wardinger. She picks the ball up. Now on over to Lancaster. I'm going to call a carry on her. That's going to be a Wawasee turnover. So Triton had a good look there. Just like last night, they get a lot of good looks, but unfortunately the baskets are not dropping for them. Faulkner now with the basketball. She's going to try to work herself to Delanie Groves. Whytnie Miller with the basketball top of the key. One over to Hostrawser. Hostrawser trying to find somebody. Finds Faulkner. Faulkner's going to try to work it in and throws it away. Tipped. Looks like Jenkins got a hand on it, so they'll regain. Delanie Groves will inbound for the Trojans. Chelsea Johnson gets it, goes right through her hands. Lancaster comes away with it. Delanie Groves in close in pursuit on her. She'll work it over to Carter. Drops on over here. Wordinger back on top to Lancaster. She's going to try to drive. Works down into Motter. She shoots. Too strong. Tipped by Hostrawser. Saved by Wordinger. Shot by Jenkins. No good. Smart move by Whytnie Miller to throw it off the Warrior the Warrior player. Goes out, trying to regain possession.
Wawasee substitution number 14, Ryan Galloway.
So Galloway comes in now, 14 for Wawasee. Press being put on by Wawasee, trying to force a turnover. Delanie Groves gets the basketball, so going to have to push it up. Stops, works back to Hostrawser. We got to get it across now, running out of time, and Adam Heckaman is going to call a timeout there. One thing you can't do, especially in that size, you're taking too much time trying to get the ball past the half-court line. They got to get it across there to give themselves a shot against Wawasee and try to find a way to will that ball into the basket. Our new system of me circling and marking off has thrown me off.
Yep, and we might need another sheet for second half.
Yeah, might need one. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. So Triton trails here 5-0 in the early goings. Jenkins and Modern scoring for the Warriors. Faulkner will inbound. On over to Whytnie Miller, resets. On over to Hostrawser. She's looking up top to Groves. On over to Whytnie Miller. They're going to try to work it around here. Whytnie Miller drives, kicks it over. Hostrawser for three. Got it! Lexia Hostrawser for a three ball there. This is the kind of stuff we needed. Triton, now the momentum switched back to us. Wordinger with the basketball. Back on top to Lancaster. Lancaster spin, moves away from Faulkner. On over to Jenkins. Down to the block to Wordinger. And she'll drive, and Lexia Hostrawser with the charge. Draws the charge. And that'll be on Jenkins, I believe. Oh, no, it was Wordinger.
Wawasee foul number 23, Jenkins.
That's what I thought. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball on the floor for Triton. Faulkner, Hostrawser, Johnson, Delanie Groves, and Whytnie Miller rounding out the five for them. Galloway, Lancaster, Jenkins, Carter at the shot from Hostrawser from the elbow, too strong. And Wordinger around the five for them. Lancaster goes away, trying to push it up to Jenkins. She's going to try to drive to the left side. Drops into Wordinger through her legs. Delanie Groves takes it away. Finds Faulkner. They're going to slow it down here. 2:50 remaining in the opening quarter. Triton trails by 2. Faulkner drops it over to Delanie Groves. Finds Whytnie Miller. Miller shakes and drives the baseline. Tries to get it around, and she's going to draw a foul on the baseline.
Substitution for Triton number 44.
No, I think they just pushed it out.
They just pushed it out? Okay.
And their fouls did get corrected.
Okay, that's right. I thought they had 3 fouls. Okay.
Yep. So then they got the scoreboard corrected now.
All right. Delanie Groves drops to Whytnie Miller. Shots up. Banks close for her. Alyxa Viers comes off her hands, and it's going to belong to Triton still, going off of Galloway.
Well, almost took out our cameraman.
See, that's what we talked about last time. I don't ever want to be one of those guys down there.
Wawasee substitution number 32, Madison Modern.
Modern checking back in for Galloway. They're starting 5's back on the court. Dropped into Alyxa Viers. She slips and falls. Taken away by Modern. Carter with the basketball. The freshman's working up. Quick pass on over here to Jenkins. Jenkins is going to drive the lane. Goes up first. Try to go up in contested lane. Back iron rebound. Jaela Faulkner. Faulkner with the basketball. Now is going to work on turning on the fast break. She's going to try to use her numbers. Goes up for the bank. No good. Rebound Modern. Right idea by Jaela Faulkner. Just not high enough off the glass. Lancaster with the basketball is going to work back onto the right side. And they're going to get a foul against Triton. Looks like it's on Jaela Faulkner. That'll be her first personal, team second here out of the opening quarter. Checking in will be Abby Steiner for the Warriors. Like I said, Lady Warriors coming in with a 2-3 record. Matt Carpenter in his 3rd season here visiting the Trojan Trench tonight. Of course, a year ago they came out on top. Look for a different outcome here tonight. Lancaster top the key, resets on over to, and ball's going to go on Hostrawser. Not a lot of height on Wawasee's end. But it should be a pretty good matchup for us here tonight. Lancaster She's going to try to work it around. Just going to dribble it out, try to reset. Steiner trying over to Modern. Modern's going to get pushed by Alyxa Viers. And that'll be her first person. Got to keep her out of foul trouble tonight. She's going to be a real key asset down there underneath the basket. Carter will inbound for the Warriors. Off to Lancaster. Minute 45 remaining here in the opening period. Drops to Carter. Triton put on that 2-3 zone defense. Whytnie Miller gets a hand on it. Steiner comes away with it. She's going to try to find somebody open. Finds Carter up here on the top of the side the perimeter. Back to Lancaster. Carter's going to try to put on the ground. She's going to go for the drive. Too strong. Rebound, Alyxa Viers. And we're going to get a jump ball. And ball belonged to Wawasee. Jenkins will check back in. So on the floor for Wawasee, we got Lancaster, Steiner, Wordinger, Jenkins, and Modern. For Triton, we're still unchanged. Hostrawser, Groves, Viers, Miller, and Faulkner around at the 5 for them. Ball inbound to Jenkins. Oh, Jaela got a nice elbow to the face there. Jenkins with the basketball back in the corner now to Lancaster. Drops it down to Wordinger. Double team her. Lancaster trying to find some perimeter, and she's going to carry it again. It's the second time she's done that tonight. So trying to regain here. Need a basket in this last minute 10. Get the ball into one of your playmakers' hands and let them just kind of take it over. Hostrawser picks up her dribble and throws it into dangerous territory. Whytnie Miller strong enough to take it away. She's going to try to dribble herself out of trouble. Tries to leave it to Jaela Faulkner. Lancaster steps in the way and she takes it away. Lancaster spin moves. Going to try to work herself down to the lane. Picks it back up. Steiner for 3. The lefty's going to travel before she takes the shot. Kind of shuffled her feet there to draw the traveling violation. Inside a minute remaining here in the opening period. Hostrawser will inbound. Wawasee putting on that full court press. On over to Whytnie Miller. Quick hitter back to Hostrawser. Drops it over to Faulkner. Faulkner's going to put it past the half-court line. She's going to drive. Finds it. Delanie Groves open for a short two. Kind of got a piece of it. Viers tries to go back up with it. And Wordinger comes with it. And Delanie Groves wasn't going to let Wordinger take that one away quietly.
Hey, we just hit 1,500 subscribers.
Strike foul, number 10, Groves.
Hey.
1,500, hey, we'll take them. It's all your guys' work. I'm serious. Look at all the cords up here. I'm telling you what, I'd be lost. Just saying. Faulkner comes away with it. Oop. And Lancaster's going to take it right back. 24 seconds remaining. Lancaster loses her footing. Whytnie Miller's going to have an open shot. Banks it home. Whytnie Miller with her first field goal of the night.
Whytnie Miller.
Triton now knots it back up at 5. Lancaster throws it on over to, I believe that's Jenkins. Down low to Wordinger. Banks open for her. Caitlin Wordinger with her first points of the night. Jaela Faulkner's going to drive now inside 5 seconds. Faulkner loses her footing and is going to touch the baseline, touch the sideline, and that'll be out of bounds on them. There's 1.1 remaining. Enough time for a desperation heave for Wawasee. Delanie Groves is going to give it to it easy to Lancaster, and she's going to get a second. She's going to throw it. Don't know if she got that off in time.
Nah, it didn't look like it.
So that'll bring us into the end of the first quarter. Triton trails 7-5 here in the early going. So for them, they're offensive-wise, they're kind of answering them back. But when they get those turnovers, you got to do a real good job of going down, and they're getting good looks. It's just that lid on the basket is sealed in tight.
Substitution at the quarterback. First for Wawasee, number 22, Jaela Carter. For Triton, number 40, Chelsea.
There we go. Kenny got our boys working tonight.
Yeah.
See, that works out pretty good. He's got to love it. Might be getting lonely down there for him.
Yeah, he's had a big day. He was up early this morning. They had Triton went to North Liberty for a VEX robot competition.
Okay.
It was a state qualifier event. Was supposed to start out that way, but not enough teams ended up showing up.
Okay.
To make it a true state qualifier. His team placed 6th.
Huh?
I think they took 8 teams.
Wow.
From Triton up there.
Very good. Caden kind of had a big day. We had to go get the car worked on for a little bit. So here we go, get the second quarter underway. Triton trails by 2 here at the Trojan Trench. On the floor for Wawasee. Looks like they're going to bring their starting 5 back out. And Lancaster, Wordinger, Modern, Carter, and Jenkins. Faulkner, Miller, Hostrawser, Viers, and Chelsea Johnson back in the game for the Trojans. Screen by Johnson. Whytnie Miller fakes it down low. Back up to Hostrawser. Back to Whytnie Miller. Whytnie Miller goes baseline drive. Tries to float it in, not there. And Viers trying to fight for it down the paint, and she's going to come away with it. Well, I guess possession arrow still belongs to Wawasee. So Triton now is going to put on a press. Give Wawasee a taste of their own mess. It's going to go off Jaela Faulkner. See if they can put a little bit of pressure on these Lady Warriors and see what they can do against them. Jenkins with the basketball is going to get quickly pressured by 2 Warriors trying to trap her there. She's going to get around the pressure, find some space, overthrows Modern. Modern's going to go back in the paint, bumps into Johnson. Jenkins alone for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Hostrawser. Drops it to Faulkner. Faulkner's going to try to dribble back in. She's got some space. She's going to go work to the basket. Right move. May have jumped a little too soon. Wawasee comes away with it. Lancaster with it now. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network here at the Trojan Trench. Carter with it now on the right wing. Drops on over to Jenkins. Back to Lancaster in the corner. That zone defense by Triton does a real good job forcing pressure. And it's going to go in and out of the hands of Modern. And Wawasee turns it over. So now Triton needs a basket here to go down and answer to keep that confidence in the level for them to keep going up. Faulkner with the basketball. Drops on over to Viers. Up court to Whytnie Miller. Miller's going to spin away from the defender. She's going to drive. On over to Chelsea Johnson. Back to Miller. Hostrawser thought about the 3. Drops it back down to Johnson. Cross court. Jaela Faulkner. Whytnie Miller on the 3-point line. She's going to drive and go up for 2. Too strong. Rebound Johnson. Banks open for her. Chelsea Johnson for that deposit. Drops it in. 4 points for her. 2 points. 2 points. 2 points for her. And ball's going to go out on Wawasee. Chelsea Johnson held scoreless in the last couple games. Well, scoreless last night, but only had a couple points against Bremen, and she kind of had to fight some twin towers there against that very tough Bremen team. Hostrawser now the press being put on by them. By Wawasee, trying to see if they can force a turnover. Drops onto Whytnie Miller. She's going to have it past the timeline, and she's going to get tripped up. Good call there. Carter looks like she's the one that's going to draw the foul. The freshman has 2 personal fouls on her tonight. Faulkner will inbound. Drops it to Whytnie Miller. Back to Faulkner. They're going to reset here. 6:13 remaining here in the first half. Whytnie Miller tries to see if they can knot things back up at 7. Hostrawser for 3. Side iron rebound is going to go. Ooh. Alyxa Viers kind of came down hard. Her and Lancaster kind of collided. And checking in will be Rostachuk and Galloway. And that's going to send Carter and Modern to the bench. Rostachuk will inbound the ball.
Foul number 44.
Lancaster will bring it up. Try to work against this Trojan press. Tips away. Whytnie Miller's going to try to attack the basketball, and they're going to give it back. They're going to get to Triton. Well, it looked like it went off to Jenkins. Delanie Groves will check in. It's going to bring Alyxa Viers back out. So Triton back to their starting 5 on the floor for them. Viers, of course, with 2 fouls, want to keep her out of foul trouble. We're going to need her tonight. Whytnie Miller back to Faulkner. They're going to reset here. Triton's got to keep moving, circling to the basketball. Delanie Groves in the corner. Faulkner back to Hostrawser. Faulkner trying to work now. Wawasee putting on a little bit of a 2-3 zone. Trying to keep Triton out of down low. Faulkner is going to try to drive. Shakes the defender. Tries to go down to Chelsea Johnson. She's going to go up. Stops. Hostrawser picks up her dribble. Faulkner on over. Whytnie Miller's going to try the deep 2 on the baseline. Too strong. Rebound Galloway. Back on over to Jenkins. She's going to bring it past the half-court line. They're going to try to reset. 7-7's our score. Jenkins with the basketball. Picks up her dribble. Almost throws it away. Tries to drop it in. Delanie Groves with the steal. Groves now, they're going to have a 4-on-2 fast break. She's trying to dribble out of trouble. Finds Faulkner, throws it away to Faulkner, and that's going to be a turnover for Triton. Going with the over and back. Right idea by Delanie Groves, kind of got fumbled up there as Carter's going to check back in for Lancaster. She's going to take a seat for the first time tonight. Right idea by Delanie Groves, just kind of got mixed up there with the Wawasee defender and couldn't get the ball out where she needed to. Jenkins will receive the inbound on over to Carter here on the near side. She's going to try to work a pass and loses her footing. And Rosacek comes with it, and Chelsea Johnson's going to draw the foul and to try to block it away. Chelsea Johnson's first personal foul. That's the team's 6th of the first half. 14 fouls for Wawasee, so Triton's one away from giving Wawasee the 1-1 bonus. Rosacek the line for 2. Gets a friendly bounce there.
Wawasee substitution, number 32, Madison Modern.
Modern's going to come in for Wordinger. Rosacek's second shot goes in. They lead by 2. Faulkner with the basketball. They're going to try to see what they can do here. They need to get some points. They need to keep answering back. Whytnie Miller with the basketball. Triton's going to work around the perimeter. Try to see if they can pull something, find something down in the paint or get a good look here. One thing about this Lady Trojans offense is they definitely get a lot of good looks. They get the ball in place. It's got to drop them. Delanie Groves thought about stepping into the 3, but hesitates. Whytnie Miller's alone on the other side of the floor. Hostrawser for 3. Back iron. Rebound goes to Rosacek. Rosacek on over to Carter. She's going to bring up past the half-court line. Triton now going to switch to a little bit of different look on zone defense. Looks like a little more of a 3-2. Faulkner and Groves out up top. Rosacek with the basketball. Finds Jenkins alone for 3. Takes a really unfriendly bounce there. Usually they rattle around like that half the time they go in. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball. Delanie Groves with it now. Back to Faulkner. They're going to reset. Delanie Groves the basketball. Barker wants to go with it. Finds Faulkner in the corner. Whytnie Miller down the paint. Goes up. Banks close for her. And Jenkins will come away with it. 3:20 remaining here in the second period. On over now to Rosacek. Back on top to Jenkins. She's going to try to penetrate the lane. Thrown away by Johnson. Hands it off over to, well, they all hand it off to one another. Everybody but Miller. Okay, Faulkner past the half-court line up to Miller. Whytnie with the basketball, fakes it down. She's going to go with the mid-range jumper. Found it. Whytnie Miller knocks it back up.
Whytnie Miller.
Jaela Faulkner takes it away. Gets popped by Jenkins, and Rosacek is going to kind of come in there kind of hard to Whytnie Miller. She'll hit the ground hard. Rosacek with her first personal foul. Team's 5th. That was a hard hit.
Foul number 34.
Wordinger and Lancaster will check back in. Rosacek and Carter going out. Taren Yates, the freshman, is going to come in for Delanie Groves, looks like. But Adam Heckaman's going to call a timeout before anything happens. So Triton here showing a lot of life. Last night, facing a really tough team in Plymouth. And then, like I said, against Bremen, so 2 really tough games back-to-back and kind of South Central. And, of course, Argus going into overtime. Triton's had a lot of learning experience here in the the early goings of the season. Of course, they have a long homestand here. Next week, they'll be hosting Northwood on Tuesday night. And then, of course, the Triton tournament on the 24th.
We got some score updates.
Oh, we got score updates.
Of course, the Culver girls are down at Pioneer. They are down in the second 12-20. So, yeah, the Pioneers girls are up 20-12 in the second quarter.
Okay. Pioneer standing 4th right now. Of course.
And then Winnemac, you got, looks like Manchester's at Winnemac. That's a haul.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a drive.
They have not got started yet.
Okay, so we're waiting for them to get started. Second conference game between Pioneer and Culver. Of course, Winnemac and I believe Culver have already played one another. So Culver, their second career game, or second conference game of the season, rather. So on the floor for Triton, we got Yates, Faulkner, Miller, Hostrawser, and Chelsea Johnson, Galloway, Wordinger, Modern, Jenkins, and Lancaster rounding out the 5 for the Lady Warriors. We'll see what Jaela Faulkner has in store for now. That pass timeout. Wordinger tries to get in there and breaks it up. Out on her. Big thing for Triton here, just keep that confidence going. When they get confident, especially when they find they get confident about the shot, these girls, they can make it rain as far as it's shooting, as far as baskets dropping. Faulkner on over to Hostrawser. Drops into Whytnie Miller. Back on top to Faulkner. Hostrawser gets some free, and she's alone in the corner. Got it! Lexia Hostrawser for 3. Her second one of the night. Or first one of the night. Second one of the night.
That is her second.
6 points for her. Triton's up by 2. I thought it was a 3.
Ooh, that's surprised we didn't have a kick.
I thought it was a 3.
That's what.
That was a 3, right?
Yes.
Scoreboard's off. That was a 3, so I'm going to count it as 12. Lancaster down to Wardinger on top. Riker's going to drive the baseline with the reverse lay-in. It's going to be taken away by Johnson. And Lancaster's going to get in and try to take it away. Unless her foot was on the line.
Wawasee foul number 23.
Okay, we'll mark.
Jenkins.
We'll put a circle just in case. Hostrawser inbound as she put them up by 2, at least according to the scoreboard. Hostrawser trying to direct traffic, finds Whytnie Miller. She's going to push past the half-court line. Whytnie Miller, the head of steam, is going to go over for the mid-range jumper, and she's going to get kind of blocked by Wawasee. Whytnie Miller, the head of steam, goes down in there.
I'm on the second sheet.
Okay. It's good to know I need to change my sheet then a little bit. Whytnie Miller is going to receive the inbounds, goes off her knee, finds Chelsea Johnson. Yates back to Miller. Back to Jaela Faulkner. The sophomore's going to bring it back to the half-court line. He's going to reset. Minute 45 remaining here in the second period. She picks up her dribble, finds Hostrawser. Alone for 3. No good. Rebound, Chelsea Johnson tries to come with it, and Galloway finds a way to take it away from her. Jenkins with the basketball now, looking down court, tries to drop it down into Modern. Modern somehow comes down with it, and she's going to go up strong. And it looks like the foul's going to be either on Johnson or Miller. And it's going to be on Chelsea Johnson. That's going to be her second personal foul. Team 7, so now that'll put Wawasee into the bonus. And they'll get 1-1 here for the time being with minute 28 remaining here at the Trojan Trench. Shot by Modern on her first free throw, no good. So Johnson and Hostrawser and Faulkner and Miller need to be ready to get the rebound. Modern shoots. Rebound. Johnson goes through her hands. Adam Heckaman barking out the play as his Lady Trojans lead here.
We think it's 12-9 still.
I still think it's 12-9. I thought those looked like she was behind the line. It looked like to me.
I thought they had it as a 3, but
Galloway with it now, kind of dribbles off her foot, regains possession, back to Lancaster. Drops it down low. Wardinger looks away, and she loses it, regains it. Closely guarded by Hostrawser. Taren Yates is going to jump in. They're going to get a foul against Wawasee. Oh, no, they're going to get a timeout.
oh,
Adam Heckaman didn't like that as Taren Yates stepped in front of him and took it away. I'll text the scorers table over there.
Looks like the Jimtown girls are paying a visit to Argus tonight, and Jimtown is currently up 13-12. They've got 7:30 left in the second.
See if he'll answer during the game. I don't know. To me, it looked like it was a 3.
if we can find it.
Maybe she had her foot on the line. This is 2. There's my
Okay.
confirmation. So she has a 3 and a 2. 5 points for her. That's why we're leading 11-9. She must have had her foot on the line. Lancaster with the basketball. Taren Yates meeting her out there. Very quality bench player right now for Triton as a freshman. Jenkins out the basketball inside, a minute remaining. They trail by 2. Wardinger is going to get in the elbow, surrounded by a lot of Trojans there. Galloway with a 3. Rebound. Whytnie Miller. Whytnie Miller's going to have enough head of steam in front of the fast break. She's going to go up strong and 1. Whytnie Miller with the and 1 opportunity here as she puts them up by 4.
Wawasee foul number 23, Jenkins.
Whytnie Miller and her free throw opportunities on the season, 85% free throw shooter.
Substitution, number 34, Janison Rostachek.
Rostachek checking back in for the Warriors. Shot by Miller, too strong back iron. Rebound, Hostrawser finds Whytnie Miller. 40 seconds now remaining. Triton leads by 4. Faulkner comes back. Taren Yates, she was ready to go on defense. Faulkner with the basketball, drives in lane, drops it to Hostrawser, tries to get rid of it, but stumbles there. And Triton will turn it over 32.1. They lead by 4. Lancaster will bring it up from the inbound from Rostachek. Faulkner's going to meet her out of half court, trying to push the tempo here. Galloway picks up her dribble. Tipped by Faulkner. Lancaster gets it. 16 seconds remaining. Lancaster tries to dribble away out of trouble. Galloway gets it now, quickly guarded by Hostrawser. Modern finds a Rostachek alone for 2. Rebound. Whytnie Miller tries to get away. 5 seconds now. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball. Got to get a good shot here. 3 seconds. 1 second. Too late. Hostrawser at the buzzer. No good. Don't know, she barely just got it off. So that'll bring us to our halftime score. Triton leading here 13-9. Once we kind of figure up our stats, we'll be right back. All right, we got our stats kind of figured out here. For the Warriors, leading the way for them, Modern with 3 points, and all with 2 points on the night for them is Jenkins, Werdinger, and Rostachek. They got one player 2 fouls, and that's Carter. Jenkins, Werdinger, and Rostachek all have fouls for them. Leading the way for the Lady Trojans is Whytnie Miller with 3 buckets there, 6 points for her. 5 points for Lexia Hostrawser, who kind of caught fire there in the second quarter. And Chelsea Johnson with her 2 points. But the trouble for Johnson and Viers, they both have 2 fouls. And each with 1 foul is Hostrawser, Groves, and Faulkner. So we're going to take a break right here. 13-9 is our score. Triton leads a half. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojans Sports Network here live at the Trojan Trench as the Lady Trojans lead the Wawasee Warriors 13-9. And usually I give a shout out because he's at home, but tonight he's here tonight. Caden, my son's alongside me. So Caden, what are your thoughts about the first half so far?
Pretty good.
What do you think they need? Do you think they need to change anything, or what do you think?
Not really.
Not really? Would you do anything different out there as far as the scoring or what they would do on defense or offense or anything? Any changes at all?
No.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Through the eyes of an 8-year-old. So Caden alongside with me tonight. He's having a ball. Of course, Danny's at home watching with her mom, so give her a shout out. But Triton leading here by 4. Whytnie Miller is kind of starting to be kind of with a head of steam. She's kind of played with a different intensity. These girls kind of a different intensity tonight. Wawasee, like I said, as they kind of came in, was going to be a little more of a tighter matchup for Triton. This one here, Triton's kind of working hard. You kind of got the feeling the first win of the season is going to be here tonight at the Trojan Trench. They keep up the intensity that they're playing with. Whytnie Miller, of course, that Swiss Army knife. She can do a lot of good things on defense, offense. She can do it all. And you look at Hostrawser, another person who can score and then rebound down there with her, but Chelsea Johnson kind of controlling the block down there. She can do a lot of different things. And, of course, Alyxa Viers coming off the bench. She does a lot of good things down the post as well. But you can't cut out the sharpshooting of Delanie Groves. And then Jaela Faulkner doing everything. Delanie Groves and, of course, Faulkner, they can do a lot of good things there at the guard spots. So it'll be interesting to see what Adam Heckaman has in store for us here in the second half. And if he can do anything to penetrate against that Matt Carpenter Warriors team, or he's trying to lead these girls back into where they're at. But like I said, 2-3 on the season for them, but Triton looking for that win tonight. They have a shot here against the Warriors. As next game they'll face a very tough Northwood team who will be coming in here on Tuesday night. So Adam Heckaman using every last moment he's got before he brings them back out. The starting five will be out there for the Warriors with Lancaster, Wordinger, Modern, Jenkins, and Carter all on the floor for them. Triton will have the possession arrow starting in the second half. And they break huddle. Faulkner, Groves, Hostrawser, Miller, and Chelsea Johnson on the floor for them. Triton will have the basketball. And now they'll work right to left. Of course, Triton in their home white uniforms with the blue shoulders. Gold numbers outlined in blue, and Wawasee in their black uniforms. Gold numbers and green letters with Wawasee across the front of the jersey. Delanie Groves the ball and on the right wing. Back to Whytnie Miller. On over to Hostrawser. And Wordinger fighting for the basketball. Her and Hostrawser going toe-to-toe there. And they're going to say it's a foul on Hostrawser. So Lexia now with her set 2 personal fouls. So her, Johnson, and Viers all with 2 personal fouls on the night. Triton finds their first team foul of the second half. Lancaster with the basketball, cross court over to Jenkins. They're going to work it back, see if they can try to free somebody up. Trying that 2-3 or that zone defense they run it very well. Jenkins with a shot, no good. Rebound, Whytnie Miller. Back over to Jaela Faulkner. They're going to try their second offensive possession here of the second half. Faulkner drops it to Delanie Groves. Whytnie Miller back on top, closely guarded by Lancaster. Wawasee kind of putting more of a man defense on him now. Faulkner trying to work against, finds Whytnie Miller. Miller with the basketball, up fakes. She's going to try to drive the basket. Finds over to Delanie Groves. Spots for 3 in the corner. Too strong. Rebound goes to Modern. Lancaster with the basketball. Back on over to Jenkins. Jenkins is going to drive, tries to drop it in. It's going to go off the foot of Hostrawser. That'll stop him there. Like I said, you can't leave Delanie Groves alone for long because she'll eventually find a way for her to drop those in as a sharpshooter from the three-point line that she normally is. Lancaster with the basketball inside the arc. Stops, free throw line shot. It's going to take a unfriendly roll for her, and ball's going to go out on Wordinger. Hostrawser just got out of the way to regain possession. Back to Jaela Faulkner. Whytnie Miller with the basketball. Or Jaela Faulkner with the basketball, rather. Back to Whytnie Miller. She's going to try to drive, tries to drive left, stopped, closely guarded by Lancaster. Back to Faulkner, back to Hostrawser, on over to Groves. She's going to drive, stops, pops for a deep 2, in and out. Rebound, goes to Hostrawser, tries to drop it to Whytnie Miller, gets her just in front of her. Back to Faulkner, they're going to reset now. Johnson trying to get possession in the post. Groves for three.
She's going to hit one.
I'm telling you, you can't leave her alone for long. Love the aggressiveness. Carter for three. In and out for her. Rebound goes to Whytnie, and she's going to dribble it out. Trying to regain possession. Delanie Groves getting 2 good looks at from the three-point line. She'll get one. She had a good step-in shot that she had in the deep, too. A good look for her. Just got to lift the lid here. Faulkner back to Groves. Back on over to Hostrawser. Whytnie Miller with the basketball now. Lane Castro out to meet her. It's a good screen by Hostrawser. Frees her up. Groves with the up fake. Oh, and Whytnie Miller just goes down, and that's the knee that she hurt.
Yep.
From a year ago in sectionals. Oh, no. Hope she's okay. She's worked real hard to come back from that injury. She's stretching out. That's a good sign. She gets kind of tangled up there with the Warrior defender. Of course, our athletic trainer taking a long look at her. Of course, Miller getting hurt back in sectional play last season. So looking at the replay here, she's going to kind of drop it off to Groves, and she's going to get, and she kind of twisted on it weird, and she kind of went down on it hard. And she's going to get back up, and she's going to try to walk on her own power. Very sore on that right knee. Hope she's okay.
Substitution for Triton, number 22, Emma Hepler.
So Emma Hepler's now going to have to fill some very big shoes now with Miller out. That's a tough blow for Triton. Just hope she's okay, period. I mean, not only just for her to come play basketball again, just hope she's okay, period. Just trying to get the confidence back after a scary injury like that she suffered earlier or there in the sectional play against Oregon Davis. So here we go. Jaela Faulkner back over to Emma Hepler. Hepler with the basketball. On over to Faulkner. Jaela with the basketball now. She drives. On over to Delanie Groves. Spots for three. In and out. Rebound goes to Jenkins. Jenkins with the basketball. Drops it on over here to Carter. She's going to drive the baseline. Drops it on. Stolen away by Faulkner. She steps right in front of it. 5:20 remaining here in the third period. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball. She's going to try to drive. Leaves it for Hepler. Hepler thought about popping for three. Hostrawser with the basketball. Top the key. Hepler with the basketball. Leaves it for Groves. Delanie's going to drive. Hands over to Jaela. She's going to drive. Drops off to Hostrawser. Alone for three. Back iron too strong. Rebound goes to Lane Castor. She's going to drive. 2-on-3 fast break. Dribbles. Goes off of the Trojan defender. Groves and it goes in and out of the hands of Jenkins. Saves the dribble somehow. Faulkner tries to go there and kind of pressure out of the corner. Carter with the basketball now. Drops down on over to Jenkins. She's going to drive, tries a reverse lay-in, and she's going to go up there and call a foul on Triton. It's either on Johnson or Hostrawser, and that's going to be on Johnson. That's Chelsea's third personal foul on the evening.
Triton foul number 40, Johnson.
Got to wonder how long Alyxa Viers is going to be out now. Jenkins' first shot is up and takes a friendly roll for her.
Hedington at the line.
Emma Hepler is a very good shooter and very good ball handler for the Trojans. She shows that definitely in the JV game, but she has played a lot of key minutes for the varsity. Off the front iron, rebound goes to Modern. On over to Jenkins. They're going to reset. Carter up top. Viers will check in the next dead ball. Jenkins back over to Modern. Cross court. Carter's going to drive the paint. Floats it up for two. No good. Rebound goes to Emma Hepler. Hepler now with the basketball. She's going to push it up quickly past the half-court line. She runs into trouble there. Lane Casper down there in the trap. Finds Faulkner. Back out of trouble. Hostrawser alone for a deep two. Got it. Lexia Hostrawser answers right back with a two of her own. And Jenkins thought Modern was going to keep running. Miscommunication there. And Alyxa Viers is going to check in. And I think it's going to send Chelsea Johnson out. So Triton with a little bit of a, not as tall of a lineup, but there's a lot of speed and some pretty good shooters on the floor for Triton. Hostrawser now leading all scorers with 7 points of her own. Galloway will check in for Modern. Whytnie Miller now has the ice on her knee. Faulkner with the basketball. 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Faulkner with the basketball. She's going to drive hard to the basket and she's going to go off her foot. Right idea, but kind of dribble a little too close to that foot. And that'll be a turnover, so Triton's going to put on the pressure here, leading by 5. Lancaster drops on under Jenkins. She's going to get the basketball close to guard by Delanie Groves. Faulkner comes in, tries to tip it up a little bit there. Wordinger loses it, and she tries to work it back to the baseline, back to Carter. Carter in the corner now, close to guard by 2 Trojan defenders. Back over to Jenkins. Jenkins drops in, tipped by Delanie Groves. She steals it away. Finds Faulkner. She keeps a hold of it. Faulkner now is going to be on a 1-on-2 fast break. She's going to try to save it. Up fake. Emma Hepler. Hostrawser. Hostrawser's going to drive there. Stops, loses the way, tipped away. Viers tries to get rid of it. Finds it out. Faulkner reset. Wawasee with this very tough man defense is really kind of forcing things for Triton. Groves drops down to Viers. Finds the bank open. Yes! Alyxa Viers for her first points tonight. Bank's open for her.
The assist to Delanie Groves.
Delanie Groves moving it there. Triton definitely moving the basketball well. And we're going to get a travel on Carter. Triton leads by 7.
Wawasee substitution, number 4.
So
Abbey
Steiner will
Viers.
check in for Carter. So on the floor for Triton, Groves, Hostrawser, Faulkner, Hepler, and Alyxa Viers around the 5 for them. Faulkner tries to drop her to Delanie. She gets it back to Faulkner. Looked like they were going to look to help her. Groves for 3. This has got to go in. Oh, just shy. Looked good. Oh, and a hard foul by Wordinger kind of sent Viers airborne. Okay, no call there. Lancaster, Steiner, Jenkins, Wordinger, and Galloway all on the floor for the Lady Warriors. Steiner now back on over to Lancaster. Drops it down and down to Jenkins and goes off the calf of Hostrawser. They call that a lot. At least to me it's pretty extended, quite a bit anyhow. Lancaster down in the corner now to Wordinger. She's going to send it back on her. Stolen away by Hostrawser. They're going to have numbers on the fast break. Hostrawser and Steiner kind of fighting for the basketball. Banks open for Lexia. And one opportunity for Lexia Hostrawser. And she'll go to the line, and that foul is going to be on Steiner. That's going to be her first personal foul. And timeout by Wawasee. Lexia Hostrawser, unfortunately, with the Swiss Army knife out for us right now, she's kind of stepped up and with her big playability, showing off her, flexing her stuff here, 6. Let's see what she got, 6. Points she got.
For Lexi?
For Hostrawser. She had 5 at the half.
7.
7. So 7 points for her. Oh, no, she's got another basket. So 9.
Foul number 4, Steiner.
So she has the N1 here.
Yeah.
Yep. So 9 points for Lexia Hostrawser. She's going to have to. We're going to have to find one more scoring option. Because Whytnie Miller's going to start to walk on her own power. She's trying to get it stretched out. That's a good sign there. That's a really good sign to see her up and moving. And they're going to go back to the locker room and take a look at it. So Triton here, who do you have to step up? You got Taren Yates who can come off the bench and do things. Delanie Groves, like I said, is a sharpshooter. She's got to look for her shot and just kind of will that ball in. Alyxa Viers, as you just saw there, she works real well down in the post. And Hostrawser owning it out there. And then Jaela Faulkner trying to get real aggressive and driving to the basket. Can't count on Hepler. She's a very good three-point shooter. She had 5 points the other night at Bremen. So she's a very tough ball player too. So Triton's got a lot of good players. They just got to put themselves in the right moments. They get good looks. They just need them to drop. Modern back in for the Warriors. Their starting 5's back out there. Hostrawser for her free throw. Back iron too strong. She gets her own rebound. Follows the shot. Textbook there. Delanie Groves with the basketball. She's going to work back on over to Emma Hepler. Hepler over to Faulkner. Drop down to Alyxa Viers. She's going to try to use that body and go up strong to. Just gets a rebound back, and she's going to get knocked to the ground by Modern. Jenkins is going to pass it here. She's going to try to drive. Tries to lay it back, throws it away. Hostrawser is going to try to run it down. Lexia is going to have it on the fast break. Can she go for another one? No. But that'll put her back to the line for 2. Need to capitalize on these free throws here to put them up by double digits.
30,
So Wordinger now has
2
fouls. Team's second of the half. Oh, in and out. There's got to be something hiding in these baskets when they shoot. I'm telling you.
They've had them all up there, and they just bounce around and out.
It's like watching the 6th man with the guy sitting up there and just smacking them away. There it is. Lexia gets that one. That's her first free throw of the night,
Yes.
right? So she's got 1 free throw on the night. 10 points for her. 20-10 is our score. Triton by the largest lead of the night. Jenkins with the basketball. Drops down to Modern. She tries to give it back to Jenkins. She's going to try a 3. Side iron, too short. Rebound Viers, and she's going to try to rip it away, and Wawasee's going to regain possession. Rosacek will check in, and Jenkins will take a seat. Carter will inbound. Lancaster and Modern. Wordinger and Rosacek all on the floor for the Warriors. Triton lineup is still is unchanged. Drops it in. Lancaster thought about 3. Drives. Mid-range jumper for her. Back iron. Rebound. Alyxa Viers used that body, and she goes down hard. They're going to call it travel. She went down hard. Don't need any more injuries. Lancaster receives the inbound. Try and go a 1-3-1 zone. Going to try to stop the mid-range game and kind of really cut off the lanes there to the post. Rosacek back to Lancaster. She's going to leave it for Carter for 3. Carter kind of forces it. Rebound Rosacek. She's going to try to dribble back out. Finds Carter again. Carter for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Jaela Faulkner. She loses it, and Lancaster's they're going to cut something over in the back call. You don't see too many sliding over in the back calls.
No, she didn't have a choice. She touched it, and she was there.
Yep, she just might as well slide and just go with it. So Whytnie Miller still in the locker room, getting looked at by the athletic trainer. Hostrawser is going to receive the inbound. She's going to have to dribble it up. Back to Faulkner. Man defense being played by the Warriors. Inside, 1.5 minutes remaining. Faulkner with the basketball. Back to Groves. Up fakes. Drops to Hepler. She's going to try to drive the baseline. Goes up for 2. Over to Viers. She tries to force it back up. Drops it. Jaela Faulkner. Hostrawser. Delanie Groves. Spots for 3. Got it. Like I said, it's only a matter of time. And Delanie Groves puts them up by 13. Drops on over to Carter. She's going to try to work out. Whytnie Miller is out of the locker room. Drops it back over to Rosacek. Rosacek now with it. Drops down to Wordinger. Wordinger in the low block. Closely guarded by Groves and Hepler. Tipped away by Groves. They're tipped away. Alyxa Viers takes it away. Tries to fight with it. And 32, that's Modern. She's going to draw the foul there. Trying to rip there for the reach. Is that really her first personal foul?
That's her
first. Okay. So her and Alyxa have been kind of fighting here a little bit. Very physical game between these two teams. Triton leads by 13 inside. 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Faulkner drops to Delanie Groves. She's going to drive to the basket. It's going to be tipped away by Modern. That's a good sign. Seeing Whytnie Miller back out. She's got smiles on her face. That's a good sign. So they might just keep her iced out. If they try can hold on to this lead, she can rest the rest of the game and find out what's going on next week. Delanie Groves the basketball, drops it into an open Hostrawser in the paint, rolls in. Lexia Hostrawser now with 12 points on the night, leading all scorers. The sophomore has came alive. Carter with the basketball on the right wing, trying to course that 1-3-1 zone. Delanie Groves close to guarding her. Lancaster gets it back, drops it down low. That's a new player. Side iron rebound to Viers. 42 is a freshman, or sophomore Ava Harker. She checks in. Hostrawser with the basketball. Back to Groves. Emma Hepler. Hepler's going to try to reset. Finds Hostrawser alone for 3. Side iron. Little late on the pass. Adam Heckaman wanted that one. And that's going to bring the end of the third quarter. Triton leads by 15 here at the Trojan Trench. So big things. A lot happened there in that third quarter. Of course, the crushing blow for Triton, but you can't tell that by looking at the scoreboard, as these ladies are playing with a lot of confidence. Their backs are kind of against the wall, and usually when you back a dog who's desperate in the corner, someone's going to get bit. Right back. So Triton leads by 15. Hostrawser now kind of with 12 points on the night. That's the highest point margin for her on the season, her season high, at least in the varsity games. So now you'll have Taren Yates will be able to get some minutes here in the fourth quarter. So who do you use?
Substitutions at the quarter break. First for Wawasee, number 10, Kennedy White.
So Kennedy White, the freshman, is going to check in.
Danielle Jenkins.
So this final quarter, I'll bet we're going to be in for a good one. Triton's just got to hold, be smart on offense, control the basketball, Watch the tempo. Really just kind of watch yourself and kind of keep yourself in position. They might be going with Chelsea Johnson in the next quarter with a lot of size there to slow down these Lady Warriors on the floor. For them, they're going to have Harker, White, Jenkins, Lancaster, and Carter. Hostrawser, Hepler, Faulkner, Johnson, and Viers on the floor for Triton. Emma Hepler seems to inbound, and she's going to try to work it up past the half-court line. Close guard by Lancaster. Lancaster is trying to use that experience against her. Hostrawser with the basketball. Lexia not a strong dribbler, trying to get herself out of trouble. Viers with the basketball, has got to get rid of it. Finds Hostrawser. She tips it away. Back to Hepler. She's on the left wing. Johnson trying to get freed up at the foul line. Hepler is trying to drop it to somebody. Trying to work the ball past there. She's going to try to drive. Fires over to Faulkner. She's going to drive the left hand. No good. Rebound Johnson. Johnson goes up strong, and she'll get a shot at the foul line. That looks like it's going to be on Ava Harker, the sophomore's first personal foul, team's fourth. So Chelsea Johnson has a big opportunity here to push that lead at the foul line. Shots up, off the front iron, no good. A little more arc on that one, she'll have it. Shots up, and takes an unfriendly roll. Viers with the rebound, bank's open for her. Alyxa Viers, the bank's open on Saturday night, as that one's in for her fourth point of the night. Carter now with the basketball on the far left side. Tries to throw it up over to Lancaster, real high pass, back over to Carter. Tipped away by Viers, she kind of punches it out of there. Carter's gonna have it, she's gonna try to force a three, side iron rebound, Hostrawser. And the battle between her and White. Wawasee will regain possession. Steiner will check in now. Triton leads by 17 here at the Trojan Trench. Lancaster will take a seat. Carter drops it in now to Jenkins. She tries to dribble drive there a little bit. White's going to go up. The freshman finds some points. 27-12 is our score. Triton leads. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball. Hostrawser with it now. Drop to Hepler. Down to Alyxa Viers. She's going to try to dribble out of trouble, getting closely held on to. Drops it back. Oh, dangerous pass. Viers with a good mid-range shot. Johnson using that link, gets it back. Hepler for three. Oh, that looked good. Just out of the outstretched arms of Hostrawser, and Carter's going to regain. Drops it down over here to Jenkins. One-stop shot goes up. And Viers takes it away. Faulkner has it now. 6 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the ball game. Triton leads. Faulkner tries to dribble it out. She's going to drive, drops it for Johnson. Nice baseline look. Oh, back iron, good look. Viers tries to come away with it, and she's going to come in, and they're going to get a foul. They're not going to like her putting her forearm out there to kind of push, trying to get in there.
Triton foul.
Right idea, I love the aggressiveness, but got to contain it.
Well, the fans just shut off.
Number 30, Caitlin Heringer.
All right, Jenkins with the basketball past the half-court line. Triton's going to go with more of a 3-2 zone. White with the basketball on the far left side. Carter now with the basketball. Fakes right, goes here to Jenkins. Steiner with it now. Back on top. Jenkins with it now in the corner. Dribbles between the legs. Cross court. Dangerous pass. White comes with it. She's going to go with the left hand and get fouled by Viers. That's not good. 4 fouls on her now. And that's going to send Kennedy White, the freshman, to the line for 2. Delanie Groves will check in. So Triton's going to have to lose some size there. Taren Yates is going to check in too. Don't count her out. She had a real big game against Argus in that overtime loss. White's first shot is up. Front iron, no good. Viers and Emma Hepler are going to take a seat.
10, Delanie Groves, and number 34, Taren Yates.
White now at the foul line. Second shot is up, and Chelsea Johnson comes away with the rebound. Faulkner with it now. Back to Hostrawser. On over to Delanie Groves. Got to move it here. Good pass to Jaela Faulkner. Cross court. Chelsea Johnson. Unfriendly roll there. It's going to go out on Jenkins, trying to regain. Good look by Johnson.
Argus is up on Jimtown 42-19, and they got 3 left in the third.
Well, that game's going well for them. That place gets loud now. Groves, Hostrawser kind of reach over top. Hostrawser with 14 points now in the night. Jenkins pushes up quickly, stolen away by Faulkner. Faulkner's going to go. She's going to keep it herself and try to go up strong. Tries to drop for Yates, and no, didn't follow her out. Right idea. Adam Heckaman's kind of barking out. Lancaster and Modern will check back in. That'll send away White and Jenkins, send them to the bench.
Number 12, Hannah.
Right idea by Jaela Faulkner. She kind of had the lane. She could have went for the floater there, but tried to find Yates. Yates should have just stayed put. Lancaster back to Modern. But hey, when you're running down through there, it's kind of hard to get happy feet. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball. She drops it up for Yates. Yates is going to get ran down by Steiner. Goes up for two. Too strong. Delanie Groves with the backup with a follow-up. And ball's going to stay here with Triton. But you got to like the aggressiveness there. That's something, okay, yeah, they didn't get the basket, but Taren Yates with the aggressiveness there, but then Delanie Groves to follow her and make sure that they got the rebound back. That's a very, very good thing she did. Chelsea Johnson was up for Modern, and she'll get fouled.
Got a tight one down at Royal Center. Pioneers up 35-30 on Culver with, 5 minutes left in the game.
So Culver has lost once already in the conference. Pioneers, this is their first game. Johnson's first shot short. He's a little more of those legs and she'll have it. There you go. Found it. Chelsea Johnson hits that free throw. Triton's now up 30-12 with 4:50 remaining in the ball game. Lancaster to Carter. Back over to Wordinger. Back on over to Steiner. Steiner on over to Lancaster. Lancaster closely guarded by Faulkner. She tries to draw up with strong against Johnson. Now 3 fouls on Chelsea Johnson. 4 fouls, rather. That's not good. So Adam Heckaman coaching up Alyxa Viers over there on the bench.
40, Johnson.
The only other real player with height is going to be Abbey Viers. In and out for Lancaster. Abbey Viers could definitely play down low. She's young, but yet she is a very key player down there in the post. Lancaster's second shot gets a friendly roll. And that'll be her first points of the night.
Wawasee substitution.
So White will come in for Mater. Triton with Faulkner, Groves, Hostrawser, Yates, and Chelsea Johnson on the floor for us. And they're going to stop. Now, football, there would have been a flag on the play. Can't have that in basketball. Mater will sit back down. Okay, we got that straightened out. Okay, Faulkner with the basketball past the half-court line. She's going to push it here. Delanie Groves stops, pops for 3. Got it.
She got one,
Up
so
2.
now
That's
she gets
a 2.
another one.
That's a 2.
Just a 2.
She got her foot on the line. So Delanie Groves with 5 points on the night. They're saying they took advantage of 2.
Groves for 2.
Okay. Her foot must have been on the line. He had 2 lit up when she shot it. I thought it was a 3. So Triton now leads 32-13, 4:20 remaining. Lancaster drops it over to Steiner. She's going to try to work it up past up to the down into Wordinger. Up fake, loses Chelsea Johnson. Steiner now at the basketball. She's going to dribble drive. Back over to Carter. Carter's going to try to drive now. Drops it over to White. White hands it off to Steiner. Steiner in the corner. Works back across. Finds Lancaster. She's going to cut to the basket and off the mark, and she's going to pick up her own rebound. And Chelsea Johnson's done. That's going to be a tough blow for Triton here now with her gone. They just lost their size in the middle.
Triton foul number 40.
Alyxa Viers now has to really control her body here, especially kind of being so aggressive. She's going to be very careful with her body and what she's going to do. Abbey Viers starting to take off her warm-up shirt. In and out for Lancaster. So Abbey Viers, the Viers sisters are going to be controlling the post. Jaelyn Bules is going to get some instructions. She might be coming in. Lancaster's second shot is up, rattles in. Lancaster with only 2 points tonight, both coming from the free throw. 2 of 4 for her.
Wawasee substitution, number 32, Madison Modern.
So Modern back in. Hostrawser. Triton in search for their first win of the season. Hostrawser on over to Delanie Groves. They're going to work here. They got to keep moving the basketball. Faulkner push it up quickly. Finds Taren Yates. She gets up past the half-court line. She's going to try to dribble through. Finds Delanie Groves. Spots for a 2, and it's going to look like she got slapped there. And Viers tries to go up. Hostrawser. Unfriendly bounce. Rebound Modern. Looked like Delanie Groves got fouled to me, but okay. Lancaster drops over to Steiner. The lefty's got it now. They're going to kind of work. Lancaster looks like she's on. I thought she traveled. White with the basketball. Back on over. Carter. White for 3 in the corner. Too strong. Rebound. Hostrawser. Hostrawser tries to work herself out. Drops it to Taren Yates. Taren Yates is ahead of the. Heckaman calls a timeout there, but he had Yates breaking free. He goes, "Oh, I got it." Well, the last time it happened, they called timeout.
I want to know about that after the game.
I want to know about that conversation. Better mark that down for request. I better mark that down. Questionable timeout. If we get him up here.
Oh, we got a yawning cameraman down there. That's not good.
Might have to send Caden down there to make sure he stays awake.
Oh, we might have a problem with Whytnie.
Yeah, we might have to get someone else. I don't think unless we'll ask her if she wants to.
Well, she's got to come up the stairs either way.
Well, if we can't get her, we'll see if we can get Alyxa Viers or even Emma Hepler or Jaela Faulkner or anybody down there. We'll take whoever wants to come up here. Somebody's got to come up here. I don't care who it is. We'll give Whytnie a pass here.
So our own Triton alum Jake Everett has his Manchester Squires down there at Winnemac, and they are currently trailing the Warriors 22-13. And that is 4 minutes till the half.
So there you go, Triton alum coaching there.
Of course, Manchester will be coming to Triton sometime in December.
My schedule doesn't go that far, but yeah, sometime in December. Call it good. After another 3-game road trip we'll have. Yates now is going to try to break up past her, drops it for Groves. Groves tries to regain possession, not enough time to reset for a shot. Faulkner now, 3 minutes remaining in the ball game, they lead. Delanie Groves down the left wing, tries to dribble. Man defense by the Warriors. Faulkner's going to try to dribble. She goes up for the lay-in. She got the backboard there, that'll win in. White with the basketball here. Cross court to the Carter, stolen away by Faulkner. Jaela Faulkner's going to try to push it up. They got some even numbers. She goes up and is going to get fouled by Lancaster. That's Lancaster, surprisingly, first foul of the night. So both teams now with 6 team fouls, maybe 7. Might be in the bonus.
Number 12, Lancaster.
I think it's 6 though. Yep. So 6 fouls are trying. Jaela Faulkner will take her first attempts at the charity stripe here tonight. Shot is up, finds the bottom of the net. Jaela Faulkner with her first points, and they come from the free throw line. Coming in for Triton or for Wawasee's Beasley and Galloway. Modern and Lancaster will take a seat. Triton leads 33-14. Faulkner's second shot is up and rattles out. Rebound Hostrawser. Putback's good. Lexia Hostrawser, 16 points in the night for her. Carter with the basketball. I say we get Lexia if we can't get Whytnie. I'm sure she'll talk. White down low into Beasley. Her shot's up. Rebound Viers. And she's going to get into it with Beasley. I don't know if I'd want to grab a hold of Lexia or Alexa. I'm telling you right now. Someone's got to throw it in. Hostrawser inbound. Pressed by Wawasee. Faulkner's she's going to push it up past the half-court line quickly and going to get fouled by White. Just saying. Alyxa Viers looks. I don't know if I want to battle with her down the post. She looks pretty tough.
She's had a couple battles down there.
I'm telling you what, when she battled with Bremen, when her first game back, she gave those girls down there up there at Bremen a run for their money. Faulkner's first free throw is up. Fine, tickles the twine for that one. 2 free throws for her. It's Triton now in the bonus. The shot's live. Finds it. Jaela Faulkner, Triton's cruising now. 37-14, 2:12 remaining. Carter now with the basketball and over to White. White into the corner to Galloway. Up fake. Drops the defender off Delanie Groves' foot. Good stop by her. Right idea. Good defensive stand there. All right, White with the basketball from the inbound inside. 2 minutes remaining. Steiner with the basketball. On over, tipped away by Faulkner. Jaela Faulkner with the basketball now. Finds Yates. Yates alone for two. Banks open. Taren Yates with her first basket of the night. Triton now 39-14. They're on their way. Minute 40 now remaining in the ball game. Andy O'Hara alongside Kenny Barnhart and Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Live here at the Trojan Trench. Triton's cruising their way to their first win of the season. White now on over to Steiner. Drops down into Carter. Three for her. Too strong. Rebound Beasley, and they're going to get a jump ball call. Triton's going to come with it. Smart move by Alyxa Viers to reach in there and take it away. Press now by Wawasee. Drops to Faulkner. She ups, fakes. She's going to try to dribble through. She's a very good ball handler. She shows it off there. She speeds up past the half-court line. Yates with the basketball. Tries to take off. Stops. Back to Hostrawser. Hostrawser picks up her dribble. Drops to Jaela. Faulkner out the basketball. She's going to drive. Stops. Yates. She's going to drop it. To Hostrawser. Taren Yates back to Faulkner. On over to Delanie Groves. Minute remaining in the ball game. Groves trying to get rid of it. Tries to get over to Yates and does. Faulkner with the basketball is going to get tied up with Carter. And it's a fight for the basketball. And Taren Yates comes away with it. Delanie Groves to the basketball. She puts it on the floor. Goes up strong and draws the foul. Foul be on Steiner. 18 fouls now. They're 2 away from the double bonus. 41.9. Triton leads by 15. Right? Or is that 25? It's 25. My wife is probably laughing at home on that one. Delanie's first shot's up. Finds it. Delanie Groves, the sharpshooter, now has 6 points on the night. Bules. Abbey Viers checks in, and so does Emma Hepler, as Adam Heckaman's going to give his varsity players a seat. Hostrawser will sit with 16 points. Triton has fought hard here tonight. 40-14 is the score. Delanie Groves' second shot's up, finds the bottom. 7 points in the night for her now. White down into Steiner. Harker checks in for them. White now at the basketball. Inside 30 seconds. Galloway drives. And she's going to go right at Viers. Abbey Viers tries to turn away from the contact there. She'll draw the foul. That's her first personal.
Foul number 24.
Tell you what, though, as a junior, she's got a bright future ahead of her. She's got that size and length. Will be a real good post player down the stretch. Shot for Galloway is good. And Jessica Soriano will check in, and out goes Delanie Groves.
Substitution number 12, Jessica Soriano.
41-15 is our score. 24.1 remaining here at the Trojan Trench. Shot by Galloway. Back iron. Rebound goes to Abbey Viers. Dropped into Taren Yates. Triton can just dribble it out here. Taren Yates tries to work past. Drops back to Soriano. Back to the Hepler. They can just play keep away here and run the clock out. 10 seconds now. Emma Hepler with the basketball. Back to Bules. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. And 3, 2. And that's going to be it. Triton wins their first game of the season, and it's done here at home. 41-15 over the Wawasee Warriors. I told you for a ball game, I had a feeling.
Yes.
I had a feeling we were going to win this one. So Triton wins here. We'll be right back. We'll get some scores figured out here. We'll be right back. We'll try to get some interviews. If I have to, I'll go down. I'll try to convince one of them. If not, I'll grab somebody. We'll get Adam at least, because I got to ask him about that timeout. Go right on ahead. So here we go. Scoring tonight, we'll start with Wawasee. 2 points for 4 players tonight. It's going to be White, Lancaster, Wordinger, and Rosacek. Modern and Jenkins both finished with 3, and Galloway had 1 point on the night. Leading all scorers tonight is Lexia Hostrawser with 16 points, 7 points for Delanie Groves, 6 for Whytnie Miller, 4 points for Alyxa Viers, and 3 points apiece for Johnson and Faulkner, and 2 points for Taren Yates as she had points on the night.
Yep.
So Triton wins here 41-15. I might mosey on down there. Right? Is he going down there? Where did he go? Oh, he went to the camera. So I'm going to try to go down there and see if I can get one of the girls to come back up here and see if I can get an interview with somebody. So I'm going to head right back. Stay tuned, folks, for post-game interviews. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Whytnie Miller as Triton wins here 41-15 in the first win of the season. It's got to feel good to win.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Glad you're okay.
Yeah.
You walked up, got off in your own power. That was kind of scary, and I know with kind of getting the confidence back after last season, what was kind of going through your mind?
I mean, it definitely felt like it did last year. Obviously, it didn't hurt as bad, and I don't think I've ever been so happy just to hear that my kneecap popped out. I was just worried because I want to play this season. I want to help the team this season, and I'm glad that I'm going to be able to still do that.
Well, I call you the Swiss Army knife because there's so many things you do well in the course. You just put you in a position, you can do so many different things. So I call you the Swiss Army knife. So anyways, what do you love about playing basketball?
I love to compete, the competitiveness in basketball, just the game itself. I've just always played, always kind of been around it. My family they're not really big into it, but just backyard basketball and doing stuff like that.
Can't beat that. I did that as a kid. I mean, we played barnyard ball, so we used to play it pretty rough. So how did you kind of get started? Since family doesn't really have a lot of background in it, how did you just get started with doing it?
Just the little team camps that they have here at Triton, it really allows the kids to get involved and learn if you like it or not, and I really, really have a passion for it.
So that sounds like kind of some advice you'd give some of the younger kids around the Triton area, any kids that are watching, I wanted to play basketball, just trying to go to the camps, or what kind of things would you kind of want to tell them?
Oh, yeah, just have fun with your friends going at it, at the park, anywhere. Do the little team camps, just stuff like that to get yourself better and start young.
So as a junior, you're not the oldest player. You're probably the more seasoned player as far as varsity playing time. Mm-hmm. What kind of things do you kind of teach the underclassmen, or are you kind of learning yourself kind of this season? What kind of things do you kind of teach the underclassmen?
Keep your head up, obviously, and we try to lead them, obviously me and the seniors, in a more positive way, and also just to compete and just go hard. Effort is the biggest thing out there on the court. As long as you're giving your 100%, then you're fine.
So I have to ask you about school subjects. What's your favorite one?
School subjects. I really like yearbook. I've had that the past 2 years. It's more of a fun class. I guess it's not really something that everyone gets to take, but I really enjoy it.
Okay, very good, very good. So future plans, I know you're a junior. I know you want to get senior year over with, then you can worry about that stuff. What kind of stuff are you kind of leaning towards as you move on from Triton?
I'm definitely going to go to college. I just don't know where yet or really what subject. I mean, I've thought about physical therapy. Obviously, I've dealt with that a little bit.
Exactly. You got a little experience with that.
So I've thought about that before, and I've also just considered some interior design, some graphic designing as far as yearbook goes. So I don't know what will happen.
Okay, two more things. Anybody want to say hi to? I didn't ask Delanie the other night. Anybody want to say hi to? You don't have to.
I'm good.
You're good. So now the new tradition thing we're trying to do each game, we want to interview a player each game.
Okay.
So Delanie picked you last time. So who are you going to pick for Tuesday night to be up here with me?
I think I'm going to pick Lexia Hostrawser because she had a heck of a game tonight and has been having a good season so far, helping the team, so I'm going to choose her.
Okay, so now your job is to make sure she gets up here, make sure she finds me.
Okay.
So just have her come up and answer some questions, but I appreciate your time. Hopefully you get better, take your rest up now, and you don't need to be pushed yourself.
Much.
So we'll be signing off here. Andy O'Hara alongside Whytnie Miller. We'll see you on Tuesday night live here at the Trojan Trench. All right, Andy O'Hara alongside Coach Adam Heckaman tonight. Heck of a win tonight for the first win of the season. The girls played real hard.
They did. They came out and played with a lot of energy. They were very aggressive from the beginning. That's something we talked about. I told Chelsea before, I said, I'd rather see you foul out than shy away from things. And she came out and really went after it. Alyxa Viers, everybody got out there, got on the floor, and it provided us with a lot of opportunities to score.
And I know last night was kind of tough. It seems like the lid on the basket just didn't want to come off for some of the scoring. The girls are getting a lot of good looks, especially going to be real proud of how they're working the offense and kind of getting good, crisp passes, but yet they're getting themselves open opportunities. What kind of things are you guys working towards that?
We didn't work on a lot because we didn't get to practice much. We came in early tonight and worked on some things against what we thought Wawasee would do. And honestly, some of the stuff we worked on didn't matter because one of their players was out, so we had to readjust. But the girls have been doing a good job getting it in the paint. That first quarter, we went in there at half, up a few points, and I felt like we could have been up quite a few more, but we just couldn't put the ball in the basket again. But they worked through that and kept putting it up and eventually found the bottom.
So kind of things I know with Whytnie a little banged up. She said like she was doing better. She was pretty pleased that it was just the kneecap popping out. Kind of going forward, you're going to kind of work with some of the other girls as far as kind of filling her shoes to kind of bring her back slow? Or are you guys just going to kind of see what happens until Tuesday and then going into the tournament on the next weekend?
I talked to Eric. He won't be here on Monday, but she's just going to kind of rest on Monday, and he's going to evaluate her on Tuesday. We'll go into Tuesday and see, but we'll probably rest her on Tuesday and just play it safe and hopefully have her back there for Saturday. It sounds funny to be thankful that your kneecap popped out, but my heart sank when she went down, and I thought the girls really did a good job of responding because they didn't know either. We didn't know what happened for sure. We didn't know if it was like last year. And I thought they really came out with more energy after that to try to do it for her. Yeah, and I was proud of them for that.
And I said in the broadcast for the girls and tonight with their intensity and how they were playing, it's like when you back a dog back into the corner and you keep backing and they're desperate and aggressive and they want this real bad, they're going to lunge back out and they're going to take a bite. And that's what they did when Whytnie went out. Their backs were against the wall and Wawasee backed them into the corner and they just came out chomping at the bit, trying to get a hold of them.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, we were scared when she went down, and you could see it on their faces, but they came out, and the young kids that got more time because of it stepped in and filled their roles and did what they needed to do, and we had other kids step up, and it was good to see. It was good to see that energy, and hopefully we can keep carrying that over into our future games.
So Ryan and I were sitting up here, the 2 timeouts when we stole the ball, and then we got another one. What was kind of going through your mind on that? Because we were having a ball watching it up here.
Well, the first time out there, Lexia had it and was kind of getting hounded. I called it, and it was like a TV delay, where the official just took a while to call it. So I called that well in advance. But the second one I don't even remember. But it was one of those things where we're trying to get them to understand. We haven't played with the lead. August we had a little bit of a lead there for a little while, but we're coming down here shooting up shots like it's the first quarter and it's a 2-point game, and we had to talk to them a little bit throughout some of those and say, look, we're up 14-15 now. Let's take a little bit more time. If it's wide open, that's fine, but otherwise let's try to get to the free throw line and get into the basket. And so they're learning those things, and it's nice to have a lead to be able to learn that with finally. So.
And the girls, like I said, like I keep saying to everybody each game and even in the broadcast, even if you don't see it translate to the scoreboard and the stat column, they're doing a lot of things really well, moving without the basketball. They're really kind of circling. They're not standing there just waiting, what do I do? They're looking for other opportunities to score than just one person. The girls really seem, to me at least, to really be starting to gain some traction, doing a lot of positive things.
Yeah, turnovers, I don't know what we end up with tonight, but they're coming down. We're learning that we can't just stand there and expect to be able to receive the ball. You got to move a little bit. You got to set those cuts up. Our passes have got to lead that person out away from the defense. Those are all small things that, with the teams we play up front, get exposed very quickly. But I feel like we're learning from that. And then when we get against a team, like Wawasee, they go out there and they play hard, but they may not have quite the ability that some of the teams we played have, and it makes the game easier for us. And we're hoping that's what we continue to see going forward.
So going against Northwood, bringing them here on Tuesday night, what kind of things you guys can prepare for? Because they're going to be a tough ball team.
Yeah, they're very good. I think they went to Norwell today. I haven't checked that score yet, but they're sitting there at 3-1, 4-1. They're quick. They have big kids down low too. If you want to play a half-court game with them, they'll go big and they'll force it down in the paint. They're going to put a lot of pressure on the ball. So it'll be a game to where we'll have to see if how far we've come since the John Glenn game where they really pressured us, how far we've come since some of the teams that really get up on the ball and pressure man-to-man and jump trap. have we learned some things? You know, Whytnie probably not playing. That'll hurt a little bit, but it'll be good experience for some of the younger girls to have to step in and face that pressure. So they're ready for it, you know, as we progress through the conference season in Bi-County and sectional.
Well, we'll sign off with that, Coach. Congratulations on the first win. Thanks for the interview. We'll be signing off. Come back here live Tuesday night as we'll host Northwood. This is Andy O'Hara signing off for the Triton Trojans Sports Network.